Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. We're live from Viper Heart, children of God, and that's you, and that's you, and that's me, and that's me. I hope all of you. And I'm going to try to just stay more confident today and not have those doubts in the back of my mind. And we're just going to pray today because it was either we do singing reels, because we're going to have another postponed, unlawful, like a form of gaslighting on someone, several months. It would tie into a lot of things on someone that their life doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, in so many ways. So, in regards to this stuff going on again, that was a payoff, but they'll never get to the source. And so even if it gets, I don't know, reduced or fixed, looked into, it's not gonna be, who else? And then we leave, and then it happens over again. Okay, so it was either Amos and John 4, and that's gonna be hell and brimstone type stuff. We're right there, and so I don't think that'll change by tonight. We could do it for after court, but I'll probably be, we'll see how it goes, but most likely won't be so happy about what's going on still. And it's just disturbing. So maybe we should do singing reels and continue on and even just read like 3 or 4 pages or more to do something different. Casey Jones. Is this Casey Jones? It's a long song on that one. I think that's a song. Did we miss one? No. Railroad Fever. Cannonball Blues. Casey Jones. It was early Monday morning, April 30th, 1900. Engineer Casey Jones and fireman Sin Webb. I had Webbs supposedly in my family. I'm not saying this Webb, but were determined to make up lost time when they left Memphis heading to Canton, Mississippi, on the Cannonball. As the train highballed near Vaughn, oh goodness, I said it in practice room. This is improv. This is supposed to be fun. It doesn't mean I won't get serious. But if I do, sometimes I have fun again, and maybe it's not even fun to you, and then you miss the fun part because you couldn't get through the serious part. As the train highballed near Vaughn, Webb suddenly noticed the caboose of a freight train on the track ahead and shouted a warning. As he hit the brakes, Casey's last words were, "Jump, Sim!" Sure, much more dramatic than that. Some wild coyotes, old-time training going on. Okay, so as he hit the brakes, Casey's last words were, "Jump, Sim!" The fireman did jump clear of the train to safety, but Casey was still in the cab when his train plowed into the rear of the freight train, killing him and wrecking both trains. Well, that's sad. Well, I mean, it's the railroad. It's the early railroad, and it was Wild Westin and the trains and stuff. Okay, the first song written about Casey Jones, I think I might have known that. Nope, I have it all messed up too. It looks like one beat. Is that the one beat? But then the C, oh goodness. The first song written about Casey Jones was apparently composed by Wallace Saunders. Saunders? Saunders. An illiterate black man who worked as a train wiper in the roadhouse of the Illinois Central at Canton. I am just reading this book, most likely geared towards elementary to into middle schoolers. And just for a brief moment in time, we're reading a book, tapping into that younger side of us while we're still an adult, but just some fun. So, but that's not fun, what happened to Casey, and this very long, elaborate song was made about Casey Jones. Because he risked his own life and 2 trains to save 1 man. Now, think about it. That could have been the only thing you ever did and be the greatest thing you ever did. We don't know how many kids or if Sim had a family or not. I know it wasn't most likely the most desirable work for a family man, being away a lot, but it doesn't mean it didn't happen. So the first song written about, an illiterate black man who worked as, before long, the ballad of Casey Jones was spread by railroad workers up and down the line. A version of the ballad even became a vaudeville hit in 1909. As sung by T. Lawrence Siebert and Eddie Newton, although neither Saunders nor Casey Jones' widow ever saw a red cent of the profits. Yeah, it happened a lot back then, especially. Here is Siebert and Newton's version of Casey Jones. Now, why was I giggling then? Was because it's gonna already be gone. I don't know about this show now, because I'm gonna take a song and most likely not do it right. There's some water. Even though it's improv, I should still be doing like a little bit of voice exercises and stuff. I think it's raining. I had like a really weird, I don't know how to explain it. And then once the pressure drops, I get like a really good crack or whatever. So the only reason I was smiling or giggling is because I'm like, this was a silly idea. But that was the whole idea of it. But now this is smaller, but it's bigger over here, and what we're gonna do is just kind of figure it out. I'm gonna say it's a little quicker. It says C though. I'm only seeing the 1 beat, but the 2 connected. And then a quicker half. No, that's... Rounder's name, Rounders name, just so that we have that out, because I have no idea. On a 6/8 wheeler, boys, he won his fame. Okay, so I'm going to read the first verse out loud, and then maybe you can find the lyrics. And we'll sing along. Come all ye rounders, if you want to hear, oh, it's like a round, maybe a round song. Now we're sneezing and stuff. The toilet paper roll like a guy. It's just how it goes, okay? Alright. It's either the roll or I buy the cheaper tissue, and then it's just because it's these squares, so it makes it more etiquetely sound. But yet, then there's a cardboard box I have to throw out and a plastic thing, and I just go with the roll of toilet paper. Okay, so now that we've explained that odyssey out of the way, good Lord. All right. Is that what it means, rounders, though? Just a little crack. Okay. Come all ye rounders if you want to hear a story about a brave engineer. Casey Jones was the rounder's name. On a 6-night Wheeler Boise won his fame. Casey Jones mounted to this cabin. Casey Jones, orders in his hand. Casey Jones mounted to the cabin, and he took his farewell trip to the promised land. Put in your water and shovel in your coal. Put your head out the window, watch them drivers roll. I'll run her till she leaves the rail, 'cause I'm 8 hours late with that Western mail. He looked at his watch, and his watch was slow. He looked at the water, and the water was low. He turned to the fireman, and he said, we're gonna reach Frisco, but we'll all be dead. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Casey Jones, we're gonna reach Frisco. Casey Jones, but we'll all be dead. Casey Jones, we're gonna reach Frisco. We're gonna reach Frisco, but we'll all be dead. I said we'd do something fun. Oh my God. All right. But see, they said the part about promised land, and if you know Jesus Christ, that's the promised land. And that's the other thing about hell and brimstoners is we have a like 100% proof solution to avoid those situations. And the fact that you won't even just try it on like a new suit even, which is disturbing because you wouldn't want to look at Jesus like that, but like something that is just you've never done before, and just like a new diet or something at this point. I mean, you guys, it's getting so to the point of no return. And I simply don't know. Most of us yapper trappers like me will not be around for the full dystopia. But when we're discussing it and we're pleading with you and we do look nuts, I can see it from another perspective. A lot of times, and a lot of us, we do. Okay, like I don't want to be mean, but it's like we're talking like we're on another plane of existence and not like necessarily a better plane, just like out in another galaxy, and it will lose the vast. I just ruined a fun song. Because I said I wanted to have fun, and it's about dead people dying. And now I ruined it, and we could have just finished it. But we're going to continue on. It's a lot longer than I thought. So therefore, improv, you never know what's going to happen, remember? Especially if you're not even trying to organize your thoughts. Just yapper trapping it out. So now we know that they're going to get to Frisco, but they're all going to be dead. That's just horrifying. Who made this song? What sort of disturbing lad was this now? He saved Sims, and some wretched soul made this disturbing song. I'm messing around. The first song written about Casey Jones was apparently composed by Wallace Saunders. Alright, well now I'm going to get in trouble for a bunch of stuff because that was horribly worded about a young man, and now I just said that. Okay, Because, see, back when people died so much more frequently, freak accidents and stuff were just part of naturally of living, the nature of living, and bears, wildebeests, and things like that. And Casey pulled up the Renault. This is after we're going to reach Frisco, but we'll all be dead. Ooh. Casey pulled up that Renault Hill. He tooted for the crossing with an awful shrill. The switchman knew about the engine's moan. The man on the throttle was Casey Jones. He pulled up within 2 miles of the place. Numbered 4 starred him right in the face. He turned to the fireman and said, "Hip, hip, boy, you better jump again. Jump, 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 jump again. I messed it up again. So we're gonna backtrack." He turned to the fireman and said, "Boy, you better jump, 'cause there's 2 locomotives that are going to bump." Casey Jones, 2 locomotives. Casey Jones is going to bump. Casey Jones, 2 locomotives. There's 2 locomotives that are going to bump. Casey said just before he died, "Where's tomorrow that I'd like to ride?" The fireman said, "What could that be? The Southern Pacific and the Santa Fe." Mrs. Casey sat on her bed aside. Just received a message that Casey was dying. Said, "Go to bed, children, and hush your crying. 'Cause you got another papa on the Salt Lake line." Miss Casey Jones got another papa. Miss Casey Jones on the Salt Lake line. Mrs. Casey Jones got another papa. And you've got another papa on the Salt Lake line. Slang for fireman. Oh my God, I just exhausted myself. Slang for fireman. Ash cat, ash eater, baked head, banjo, bell ringer, coal heaver, coalie, cut the buck, diamond pusher, dust raiser, goat feeder, grease ball, grease burner, handle the scoop, move dirt, rat hole, artist, scoop, smoke boy, soda jerker, stringer, stoker, tallow dip, and tallow pot. And I believe I just said some old dirty words or something. And you know what? It's not because of that. It's that it was fun because it was just nearly a brainless activity, and you can bring joy to your kids and your wife or your husband or your mate or your partner or your group or your 500 people in a marriage. Whatever you're doing, this could be fun for you. And so many of us have been remarried. We could literally just say that it's just a full marriage divorced nation of America. So there we have Casey Jones, Heather Drew. The minute I started singing, hip was ready to roll. And I'm sure that you witnessed some type of situation going on. And I would love to go on, but I've got to get ready for this full disregard for, well, human life, really. Courthouse of America in Monroe, Michigan. So just keep the money wheel turning while you prostitute out of jail and reward disgusting foe. And I wouldn't want to be you. So should we land with Amos? Yeah, just because they're too foggy, there's only like a spot. We could, but we're not gonna. We're gonna stick with Singing Rails, which quite frankly has just made my day funner. And you can do this when there's the soon to be blackouts, because be ready. And that's not just saying man-made, it's there's really no avoiding it with these particular flares off the sun. Add in the added radiation, satellites, all the man-made with the added radiation. Okay, and the bunch of, I can name a bunch of, okay. We did this. And we're going to continue to do it. And we're hopefully, the plan was to go at a quicker pace, but that was unreal. And to anyone that is a artist that maybe owns this song, I don't know if you do, but yeah, I didn't mean to slaughter it. Like, good God. The death of Edward Lewis is next. So, woo, and she says fun. She really knows how to have fun, doesn't she, folks? Where's the vodka? That's a joke. There's been none. Been none. Look at that. Hallelujah. Okay.